Hold your horses, bucko. I have something to say before we hop into this episode. I had a few audio issues while recording this, so the audio is not going to actually be playing in the background that corresponded to the recording. So I had to find a way to alleviate this issue because I couldn't actually record this part. And I realized that this would actually be a very good time to show off another change between the HD and GameCube versions of this game. So, in the background of this video, you will not be hearing audio that's coming from the HD version of the game, nor will you be hearing music that comes from the HD version of the game. You'll be hearing music that comes from the GameCube version of the game, because believe it or not, they are different. Barely, but they are still different. So, throughout this entire video, you will be hearing GameCube music, not Wind Waker HD music. If you want to go listen to the songs yourself, I would recommend it. Just look up Dragon Roost Island OST, or Dragon Roost Island OST, no. Wind Waker HD OST, or Wind Waker OST. Dragon Roost Island, third time's the charm. And also Inside a House, Wind Waker OST. So anyway, that's it. We can hop into the actual video now, and I hope you enjoy the music. Welcome back to Let's Play I Forget Things All the Time HD. Last time, we got to Dragon Roost Island via the sea. We can now sail and go any which way. Not really. The game's kind of linear, but you get what I mean. We can go places now. We're getting somewhere. And this is also something I needed to do, but apparently I'm doing a great job of forgetting everything. Anyway, this monument has some directions that we can use to conduct. So let's direction, I guess. Yeah, I don't really know a good way to word that, but it'll do. We learned the Wind's Requiem. Yep, that's a mighty nice breeze. The name's Zephos on the Gara winds. So, you're the new Wind Waker, are you? Great, great. For a beginner, you've got a nice wind sense about you. I like you, kid. That tune you just picked up, well, it gives you control over the direction the wind blows. Depending on how it's used, wind can be a good thing, or a very bad thing. You want an example of it being a bad thing? Then you should look at my brother. It saddens me to say that my brother Cyclos is miffed about his monument here being broken, and now he spends his time creating cyclones to torment people with. So, if you encounter any cyclones at sea, just as my brother for me, will ya? And that is my request to you. And there he goes, off into the distance, off into the skies. What a beautiful man. But no, he's actually a really fun character. There's a Wind Waker comic or manga, whichever one you want to call it, it really doesn't matter. And he's in a few of them, a few of the small four panels, what are they called? Comas? Something. Not like hit in the head you have a coma, but whatever they're called. He's in some of those, and he's actually really funny. I like those a lot, and I wish that there was a physical release of them somewhere. I don't know if there was a physical release in Japan, I'd assume so, but there's certainly not one in the West. That's somewhat saddening. But anyway, let's hop right in. Or go in. Whatever. Well, have you discovered the cause of the Great Falu's anger? Ah, so you are Link, are you? Quill has told me all about you. Troubling tale indeed. I insist that you let us know if there's anything we can do for you. We shall do everything in our power to assist you. However, in the meantime, we have our own problem to deal with. When you arrived on the island, did you notice the raging dragon perched atop the mountain? As you can see, we of the Rito tribe are profoundly connected to the sky. We make our livings on the airways. We do so by the graces of the sky spirit Valu. When a Rito reaches adulthood, he or she journeys to the top of Dragon Roost to receive a scale from the Great Dragon. It is this scale that enables the Rito to grow his or her wings. Recently, however, The once gentle Valoo has grown violent and unpredictable. Sadly, we can no longer approach him. If this continues, the fledglings who are of age will never be able to receive scales from Valoo on Dragon Roost. They will remain wingless, and in time, our very way of life will be threatened. As chieftain of the Rito, my first responsibility is to solve this problem. My apologies, but I must ask you to wait for our assistance until this is done. Will you do so? Chieftain, what do you think of consulting Link with regards to your son, Prince Komali? As you can see, Link is a gallant young lad. I feel certain that Prince Komali would open his heart to him and speak freely of his fears and worries. That may be so. Let me be direct. My son, Komali, is of the age to earn his wings. Yet, he is weak in some ways, and in light of the current situation, he may just give up on ever getting them. What say you? Will you share some of your courage with my son? Will you meet with my son? Thank you. We shall do our best to solve our problem as quickly as possible, so that we may better help you with yours. I have something I wish for you to give my son. A young girl named Medley is holding it for me. Would you find her and take it? I am counting on you. Here, Link, take this with you. Who knows? It might come in handy. You got a delivery bag. Finely crafted bags like this are used by Rito postmen everywhere. With so many pockets, you can hold many items, like the total of 0 that we're holding right now. Yeah, we have nothing to put in it. Not just yet, anyway. You should find a Medley in one of the upper rooms. Leave the Great Valoo to us. In the meanwhile, do your best to aid Prince Komali. So he said to, let them deal with their own business, but I'm kind of like a hero, so I got a medal. I'm kind of like a professional at meddling in other people's business. Also, again, as I previously said, there's nothing in this bag. I am actually recording this audio in post, so there's going to be a few times I pull up the bag and I was talking about something important and then I don't remember what it is in this post recording. I recorded this a little while ago. Anyway, so we have this new bag, this nice new bag. And over here, well, they certainly do deal with mail, so they've got to sort this mail, right? Well, I'd like to assume as a gamer, I hate the fact that I just said that, I can sort things pretty quickly, or at least I have a pretty good reflexes. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. The point is, we're gonna be playing this minigame. You wouldn't be here in response to our posting for some part-time help, would you? Of course I'm not, but I'll say I am. Oh, excellent, that's good. But first, to see if I can use you or not, I need to give you a little test. Just a small one. Match the seal of the envelope with the same icon on the shelf, and throw the letter onto that shelf. Real simple, or real easy, simple. It really is just that easy or simple. And simple, that's what I meant to say. So, all you have to do is look at the letter that pops up in the bottom of your screen, and move using L, and then press A to start throwing the letters. Now, I'm not going to do that great here, and there is a reason for that. One, I actually don't have great reaction time, and especially with minigames like this, I very easily give into pressure. I know, it's a Zelda minigame. What real pressure is there? But also, I'm using the analog stick here. Don't do that. For minigames like this, D-pads are so much more beneficial, and I didn't actually know you could use the D-pad, but you definitely can. So use the D-pad here. Right now what I'm doing is not peak gameplay, but it would be peak gameplay if I was good at the game and also used the D-pad. Mainly the good at the game part, but the D-pad's also very helpful. So 1 rupee per every 2 letters, that's 10 rupees, because I got, 21? Come back anytime, I mean it, anytime! The more letters you sort, the more you'll earn. Not a bad deal for the both of us. I'm back, I'm trying to get some rupees. You already understand what you need to do, am I right? Absolutely. Sort 20 or more letters, you'll see a nice financial gain. While I'm a little bit of a financer myself, I don't know, I just want money. I'm gonna need a lot of money later on, so I want money. I'm not gonna do it in this try. As I've already told you, this is post-recorded, and I was using the analog stick, and I was also being really dumb, so I'm not getting it in this try. I'll cut back to when I do get it. I'll see you then. We're gonna do it. 25 letters any second now. 23, 24, 25. Yeah, it's really not that bad. I'm just not that great at the game. 25 letters, you have amazing coordination. Not really. Seriously, I'm stupefied, incredulous. We veterans do this all day long, and even we have a hard time reaching that amount. Ooh, it's a little sad. I've got to give money. I've got to give you more money. Got to. I will not complain about that. 3 rupees per letter comes to 75 rupees. How does that sound? So, your name wouldn't happen to be Link, would it? It is, isn't it? I thought you looked like the lad the chieftain was talking about. In that case, I should have expected you to be able to pull off something like this. I've heard all about you. Yes, I sure have. You've had a rough time, Link. I feel bad for making you help us. But hey, things are looking up. Our new helper's just arrived. Maybe you can give him some advice the next time you come by. So, we can't do this anymore. But this was a very good way to get rupees. I'm 99.9% sure you can get a heart piece from this in a minute. But for now, we just got rupees from it. And that's really not bad, because again, rupees are incredibly important in this game. But I'll talk about that in a minute, because more importantly, medley. Wow, you really do have green clothes and a strange shaped hat. Okay, that's a little rude. I'll let it slide just this once because you're a fan favorite character, but that's a little rude. You're Link, aren't you? Yeah, my strange shaped hat should have given it away. Anyway, moving on. Oh, me! I'm an attendant of the great sky spirit, Valoo. My name is Medley. Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not an attendant quite yet. I'm actually still studying to be one. Oh, what am I thinking? Here, this is from the chieftain. Link, he wants you to give this directly to Prince Komali. You got the father's letter. Probably should have given this to his son himself, but I guess we have courage or something. That's nice. Anyway, we finally have something to put in our delivery bag. The room way in the back of the first floor is Prince Komali's room. You have to go down a couple of steps to get there. When you meet Prince Komali, please don't get offended by his manner. He has no bad intentions, I promise. By the way, listen, Link. I have a small favor I'd like to ask of you. Could you please come to the entrance of Dragon Roost Cavern later? I'll explain everything then. Ooh, 12-year-old love. Anyway, moving on, jokes aside, let's go talk to Prince Komali. Seems like a pretty, interesting guy, especially if Medley has to say in the first place, don't be offended by him. Not the greatest first impression, I'm gonna be honest. Huh? Who are you supposed to be? Well, I have a letter for you. A letter? From my father? Oh, sure. Telling me to be brave is easy enough for him. It's not like he's the one who went through that horrible experience. It's not like he still has to get a scale from Valoo. You're in this letter too, you know. Poking your nose into other people's business. You're nosy, aren't you? A pro. Sorry, but I really don't feel like going to see Valoo right now. I mean, how am I supposed to get a scale from him when he's so upset? What? You gonna try to say that you can calm Valoo down? Psh, just a big fat lie. It's easy to say you can do anything. Bragging doesn't cost a thing. I'll tell you what, if you can find me someone who can get past all those obstacles on Dragon Roost to get to Valoo, then I'll listen to anything you say. That sounds like a challenge. And I, for one, am pretty fond of challenges. So, not only were we challenged to go to Dragon Roost and get past all of the obstacles set up for people who need to get a scale from Valoo, but we also have a date there. So, I'm just saying, it's kind of like fate that I'm supposed to meddle with your people's businesses. You know, I'm not trying to say anything. I'm not trying to say that, you know, I'm kind of like meant to be nosy, but I'm kind of like meant to be nosy. So this is where oh, wait, no, that's not where we're supposed to go. This is just an outlook to where we're supposed to go. And we can't get to where we're supposed to go by doing, a jump attack. Sometimes you can do that in certain areas. Do a little bit, do some skips. But, that's not possible here. Now, I do want to check. I'm definitely getting some visual problems right now, so I apologize if you're seeing those. Nothing I can really do about that. There's this area out here where we're not really supposed to go just yet. There's not a whole lot going on. This is just where people take off the Rito actually take off to go, take the letters to places. There's more there that we can't deal with just yet, so later. Soon, TM. And more importantly, let's actually go to where we're meant to go. It is right over here. I'm going to the right place for once. I know that for a fact. You're not really gonna hear any background music. I'll play some background music, but there's no background music here. It's just wind, so I just kind of want to put my own background music in there for a second, show you what it was like very poorly. Anyway, I wouldn't have asked you if it wasn't desperate. You see this place? There used to be a spring here, surrounded by a beautiful pond. It was peaceful and lovely. But then the great Valoo, he became so angry and, in his rage, he shook the mountain, and his boulder crashed down, plugging the spring. You can see the result. Oh, but where is my mind? Tell me, how is Prince Komali? Oh, that doesn't seem right. Not at all. I may be partially to blame for the bad turn that Prince Komali's taken. See, Prince Komali's grandmother was the great Valoo's former attendant. She was an amazing woman. I was honored to have her as my teacher. She was kind and brave and unsurpassed in her dealings with the great Valoo. I'm not yet worthy to be I'm not worthy of being mentioned in the same breath as her. If only I'd possessed some of her strength, I'm sure Prince Komali would have felt more secure. Speaking, it's hard. Link, I'm sorry to ask you this, but I need your help. I want to see the small shrine that's near the peak of Dragon Roost, but that ledge over there is so high. If I could get some wind under my wings, I'm sure I could get up there. So, will you help me? Sure. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, pick me up. Then face that ledge and toss me. The atmospheric currents are really messed up, so pay close attention to the direction of the wind. Will do. Alright, I'm ready. Don't hold back now. Throw me as hard as you can. This is something I want to talk about. That's super duper interesting. So, if you pay attention to the particle effects, that's going to show you which way the wind is blowing. And I want to go over how freaking cool that is. Because the basic concept, one of the main things Wind Waker HD is based upon, is wind, which is something intangible. You can't see it. So the way they make wind visible is through particle effects, and that's just genius to me. Oh, thank you. I mean, it makes sense. Maybe it's not genius, but I think it's so cool. I think now I'll be able to climb Dragon Roost and meet with the Great Valoo. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I may just be an apprentice attendant, but I can understand some of the Great Valoo's language. I'm not exactly bursting with confidence, but look, if anything happens to me, please look after Prince Komali. This is all I have to give you. I know it's not much, but please take it. You got an empty bottle. Not much, my butt. This is so good. You don't understand the commodity you have. Oh, and please don't tell anyone that I'm climbing Dragon Roost. It'll be our secret, okay? Well, good luck to the both of us. To the both of us, you say, huh? Well, we have a bottle, the most important thing in the entire Zelda universe, and I want to fill it with water. Just plain old water. The spring's plugged up, but we can still grab some water from it. For a while, I thought the water you needed for this upcoming event needed to be from the sea, because I thought for some reason the spring water here is bad. I don't know where I got that from. Just any old water will do. So there are some bomb flowers here that have been withered. And, as video games tend to go, putting water on a plant will grow it back instantly. Instantly. Dead plants will come back to life, and we can use those bombs to break the big boulder that fell down and make the spring, well, a spring again. And more video game logic. Yeah, this is filling up very, very quickly. So with this, we can cross this area that used to have a bridge, and, I mean, that's about it. That's the water. That's what the water's good for. Great. We have made it across, and now we can catch up to Medley. I'm gonna throw these rocks around, get some rupees, hopefully, maybe in these pots. There we go. And let's play some basketball. What you want to do is throw bombs into the lava. No, into those little holes. And once you throw them in there, for whatever reason, that will knock them down. Not blow up the rocks in general, just knock them down and allow you to cross this lava. And with those rocks knocked down, next time on The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD, we'll see exactly what's to come in Dragon Roost Cavern. But again, that's for next time.